Today marks 392nd day. Share lessons and learn and continue to learn with you. My hope these insights will inspire you, support your dreams, help you achieve your goals, and really empower you to become the person that you want to become. Today I have one question that I want you to reflect on, and that is, what do you have to lose? Such a beautiful question. Have you ever asked that question yourself? What do you have to lose? But because I think that this question could be used in so many different areas. Starting a business, what do you have to lose? Starting a new project, what do you have to lose? Starting a relationship, what do you have to lose? Starting new weight loss strategy, what do you have to lose? When you have that question in mind, you realize that the potential gain is 1,000 times bigger than potential worst case scenario. Sometimes the worst case scenario is exactly staying where you're at. Sometimes that's what it is. That's what it is. Like the worst case scenario is staying exactly where you're at. Just, of course, wasting a little bit of energy, wasting a little bit of time on thing that actually didn't work. And that's potentially could be the worst thing that could happen in in with that pursuit. Of course, sometimes could be worse. Sometimes the worst case scenario could be worse. But I think that the question, what you have to lose, is the question that really the best of us are able to ask ourselves, because it leads to really action. Because I realize that inaction, sometimes you lose so much more by inaction than really pursuing action. And that's why I think that when I think question that we need to ask, this question is supposed to be in our top priority questions. What do you have to lose? And today, like today will be not that lesson day. Today will be reflection day, brainstorming day. And I want you to really sit down and really reflect on it, and I maybe even write comments. And what do you think about this question? Or what kind of ideas comes up when you think about what do you have to lose? I will share a couple of thoughts, 7 questions that I written down. I really reflect on that. It will not be per lesson. It's just more of a brainstorming session about the question, what do you have to lose? I think that sometimes the first thing is that illusion of performance, illusion of possessions. I think that sometimes we forget how everything is temporary. Everything is temporary. Our body is temporary. Like one of the big um, fact that I found it extremely interesting is that every single cell in our body, every single cell, all body changes within 1 year. It's just insane. All cells that are in our body changes within 1 year. So after a year, you have a totally different body. So when I think about starting a new routine regarding health, so within a 1 year, you will change all body. You can reconstruct your body with new cells within 1 year. It's such an interesting thing. Such an interesting thing. And I think that even body is temporary. Our cells is temporary. Our possessions are temporary. Even relations are temporary. And if we really put emphasis on having those things and say like, oh, I will lose this one, to lose this one, I will lose relationships, um, I will lose a car, I will lose a house, I will lose anything else. That those things are temporary anyway. So what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? I think that when we really cling to possessions, I think that we are really clinging to what we have rather than what we potentially could have. I think that one of the beautiful thing in life is being able to be content what you have, but always knowing that we're able to really receive more, really get more. Now, of course, sometimes we have a society that is not okay to really wanting more. I think it's always want to really pursue more, because that more is really makes us feel human. We want more wisdom, more health, more relationships, better health, loving what we have and changing what we have. I think that's where it is. And there's what do you have to lose? There's nothing to lose anyway. I think that's really open up an opportunity to really risk more. And I think that that's why so many people who are very young they pursue big things, because I have nothing to lose. I don't have neither family, neither their money, neither anything. There's nothing is holding them, and they're achieving great success. And I think that one thing that I really truly believe is that when I don't have kids, so I could not be fully precise about it. But for me, in my mind, is when a parent is really pursuing something with all their heart, and if they fail, will help kids understand that this is what you do. This is what you do. You go after your dreams. This is what you teach. You succeed or not succeed. You teach your kids to pursue your dreams. Because if you play small, that's exactly what you teach. If you say that to a child that just go pursue your dreams, but you as a parent don't pursue your dreams, what do you show? I think that this is an interesting thing. People do what they see. People do what they are taught, and they are not what they listen. So that means that it's easy to say, go pursue your dreams. But if you don't pursue your dreams, that means that it's almost a hypocrite. You say one thing to do, but you are not doing by yourself. So that means, so what do you have to lose? Don't cling to what you have. I think that is a great lesson regarding what you have to lose. Second thing is that I want to mention is that false ego, false self, that ego. What do you have to lose? I think that sometimes we are afraid to lose our identity. But sometimes we are afraid to lose our mask. That is the most important topic. Sometimes we are afraid to lose our mask. What it means is that sometimes we put our mask that is not who we truly are, and we are not aware of who we are. We put our mask on and we want to be seen one way. But I think that that's again one of the things that is holding us back. And then what do you have to lose? What happens if people truly see you as not perfect, having flaws, a person who didn't figure things out yet? What happens at that moment? And to be honest, this is a big, big topic for me. For majority of my life, I was very, very afraid to open up because I used to be afraid that people will see who I truly am. That's went for a long, long time. I truly was afraid. I wanted to seem perfect, and a lot of times I worked very, very hard not to pursue something, but just really hide all the insecurities I have. I said, if I will work very hard and it will get so good, people will see the best part of me and I will ignore the things that may be insecurities. And what do you have to lose to really pursue even bigger dreams when you really start to really fail? Because one thing is that if you pursue really big, big, big dreams and you really stretch yourself hard, that means because you do something that you never did before, that means you will fail more, but you will grow more. And I think that's again where I was struggling a lot because I was stretching myself too little what I was able to. And I think that's again every single person need to ask, what do I have to lose? What happens if I really fail? What happens if I people will see that I'm making mistakes, that I didn't figure things out? What happens then? Nothing happens. And I think that's again we need to really understand that internal validation is the most important thing. Even regarding YouTube, I said multiple times that I wanted to start YouTube for 2 years, but I didn't do because I was afraid of external the validation that will be external feedback that is not will be positive. Number three thing that what you have to lose is safety. The illusion of safety or seduction of safety. And I think that a lot of times we pursue safety and we have that safety, even though that safety is never safety, because sometimes we have that safety net and that safety net could be ripped off without you knowing. Your job could be safety. Your family could be safety, supported maybe financial, maybe it could be emotional support, and it could be disappear so fast. Job safety, so, oh, I have safety. No, there's nothing safe in life, and I think that sometimes we trade possibility of greatness for safety, and when we really cling to something that is illusion, I think we start to really cling to something that is really meaningful, and that is possibilities. Possibilities, really going after big dreams, big audacious dreams. And big audacious dreams for me is not about business, not about, even though this is ambitious, but really going about those big audacious dreams in your field, in my field, in our field. Every single person has a field of their choice. So I truly believe that the ambitious person is a person who has their field that they choose and they go all in that field. They are the best of the best in that field. I think that's where true true success are. So it means people could be the best dads. That's the massive ambition. I truly believe this is the best ambition. If you really live by that and really develop yourself to grow, improve, because if you want to be the best dad, what that means that you will need to really do the amazing things, develop, grow, improve your body, improve your mind, just to make sure that you're able to be the best dad. You're not able to be the best dad just by giving your time. You need to be able to grow yourself to be that best dad. And there's so much more than just being and giving your time. Number four is time. What do you have to lose? Time. And I think that this is again, I think that sometimes we think that we have time, but to be honest, we do not have that much time. And I think that the urgency that what you have to lose is brings urgency. Because I think that so many times we said, "Oh, I will do it later," but that later never comes. Someday never comes. But you have when you question like, what do you have to lose right now if you pursue that? Nothing. If you have 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour, I'll be able to pursue that. And I think that is very, very important to really stay alive, to pursue something, to have that vibrant, hungry version of you that really pursues, that really invests our time in something meaningful. So that means that we might lose that time that we invested, but what do we trade that for? I think that's the most important. What that we trade that? We trade that time into growth, improvement, and really we change time that we allocate something to experience, wisdom, knowledge, relationships, new networking opportunities. So I think that sometimes we forget how much more we'll get by investing our time. So what do you have to lose? People say like, "Oh, I just don't want to waste my time," but yeah, like, but how much better you will get in investing your time into something now. If you will pursue something in the future again, now you will start not from scratch but from the experience, and I think that's very very important. I think there's a lot of things that we able to really learn just by asking the question, what do you have to lose? And for sometimes it can even be too deep. So like there's maybe there's everything meaningless. Maybe there's I will die anyway. I think that we need to really find the meaning. Find the meaning of taking action. And what is the meaning? And I truly one of the biggest meanings in life, I think, that is really serving people. Serving in the highest level. And I love saying that I first time heard from John C. Maxwell. I really love that saying is that you're not able to give what you do not have. You're not able to give what you do not have. So if you want to give people calmness, you need to be calm. You need to develop it. If you want to give wisdom, you need to develop wisdom. If you want to give finances, you need to develop and be financially free. So what do you want to give? What do you want to give to people? How do you want to serve? So go and develop that, what you will love to give. And I think that's again, what do you have to lose to really pursue that? What do you have to lose to pursue this serving people? So this is a big, big topic I started, and I just going back and forth and different ideas, but I think that that's a great topic to just totally reflect on. And I think that in the future I might be even doing more about this topic because I truly find it's a very, very useful question to ask because, as I said, this question allows to start taking action because that's what we're supposed to do. So I hope you just win and see you tomorrow.